Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the intense drama unfolding in Port Charles with blackmail schemes, family secrets, and emotional confrontations taking center stage in the upcoming episode. The tension in Port Charles continues to escalate as Christina Corinthos Davis finds herself at the center of a growing crisis. After being responsible for the crash involving Rick Lansing, Christina is now overwhelmed by the consequences of her actions. The situation becomes even more complicated when Lucky Spencer reconnects with her to discuss the possibility of a confession. "Are you thinking about coming clean?" Lucky will ask, trying to gauge if Christina has reconsidered her stance on revealing the truth about the accident. This conversation comes after Lucky deceived Elizabeth about the extent of his knowledge regarding the situation, adding another layer of complexity to the unfolding drama. The aftermath of Christina's actions has created an opportunity for Ava Jerome, who sees a chance to exploit the situation. Now that Rick Lansing is awake and alert in the hospital, Ava wastes no time approaching him with a blackmail scheme. Despite Rick's initial instinct to contact the authorities about Christina's involvement in the crash, Ava persuades Uncle Rick to consider a more profitable alternative. During their crucial conversation, Ava makes a compelling pitch about using Christina's actions to their mutual advantage. She confidently predicts that this scheme could provide all the money she needs while simultaneously eliminating any future custody battles over Avery Corinthos. Rick appears hesitant when he realizes Ava's proposal involves blackmail, but she remains determined to convince him of the benefits. While Ava and Rick discuss their potential blackmail plot, Elizabeth Baldwin expresses her desire to visit someone at the hospital. It seems likely that Elizabeth wants assistance getting to Rick's room, now that he's conscious and able to communicate. However, she's unaware that Rick is currently engaged in a secretive conversation with Ava that could have far-reaching consequences for many Port Charles residents. The timing of Elizabeth's visit could potentially disrupt Ava's plans or create additional complications in this already tense situation. In another part of Port Charles, Alexis Davis finds herself confiding in her colleague and friend, Diane Miller, at their office. The content of their conversation remains to be seen, but given Alexis's connections to both Christina and Rick, it's possible she's discussing concerns related to either situation. Diane, known for her sharp legal mind and straightforward advice, will likely offer valuable insights to Alexis during this difficult time. Their professional relationship continues to provide a foundation for personal support as they navigate the complex legal and emotional landscapes of Port Charles. Meanwhile, family drama unfolds as Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri find themselves in a confrontation. Lulu expresses trust issues regarding Dante, creating tension in their relationship. The irony of the situation lies in the fact that Lulu herself is betraying Dante's trust by concealing the existence of his secret son. This hidden truth threatens to shatter their relationship once revealed, adding another ticking time bomb to the already explosive atmosphere in Port Charles. Olivia Quartermaine, who initially was excited about a surprise she had planned, finds herself forced to intervene as a mediator between the couple, shifting her role from celebration planner to peacekeeper. Elsewhere in Port Charles, Harrison Chase offers some practical advice to Brooke Lynn Quartermaine regarding her carefully guarded secret about a firstborn adoption. Chase emphasizes that if Brooke Lynn truly wants to maintain this secret, she needs to find a way to process and move beyond her feelings of hurt. This conversation highlights Brooke Lynn's emotional struggle with her past decisions and suggests that her unresolved feelings could potentially lead to the revelation of her secret. Chase's concern indicates his growing involvement in Brooke Lynn's personal matters, possibly hinting at a deepening relationship between the two characters. The upcoming episode promises to deliver intense emotional confrontations, strategic manipulations, and the potential for several long-held secrets to surface. As the residents of Port Charles navigate these complex relationships and moral dilemmas, viewers can anticipate dramatic revelations that will reshape the landscape of General Hospital. The interconnected nature of these storylines demonstrates how actions in Port Charles rarely affect just one person, instead creating ripple effects throughout the community that touch the lives of many beloved characters. The web of secrets and lies continues to grow more tangled, with Ava's blackmail scheme, Lulu's hidden truth about Dante's son, and Brooklyn's adoption secret all threatening to explode into the open. As these characters make crucial decisions about whether to reveal or conceal the truth, the foundations of relationships, families, and alliances in Port Charles hang in the balance. Wednesday's episode promises to be a pivotal moment in these ongoing storylines, potentially setting the stage for dramatic confrontations and emotional revelations in the days to come. Next, we will learn about the issue surrounding Sonny Corinthos and his deteriorating cardiac condition that threatens to bring one of Port Charles's most powerful figures to his knees. The looming emergency. Sonny Corinthos may soon become the inaugural patient at the Monica Quartermain Cardiac Center as his heart condition reaches a critical point. Despite knowing about his serious cardiac issues for several months, Sonny has stubbornly postponed the necessary life-saving procedure. This delay could prove catastrophic, potentially forcing him into emergency surgery during the upcoming May sweeps. His reluctance stems from a misguided priority to ensure his family's safety before addressing his own health needs, a decision that medical professionals have repeatedly cautioned against. The clock is ticking, and we're rapidly approaching the 3-month deadline his specialist established for the surgery. The medical journey. Sonny's cardiac troubles first became public during an alarming incident at the gym, where he experienced severe chest pain. Following this episode, Dr. Isaiah Gannon prescribed medication to manage his symptoms while emphasizing that without proper surgical intervention, his condition would inevitably deteriorate. The origin of Sonny's heart problems can be traced back to a bullet wound he sustained to his chest years ago. Though the exact shooting incident remains unclear among his numerous brushes with death, the damage has created a time-sensitive situation requiring surgical correction. The secret circle widens. Initially determined to keep his vulnerability hidden, Sonny arranged to see a cardiologist in Los Angeles through his trusted associate Brick. This strategic decision aimed to prevent his mob rivals from discovering and exploiting his weakness. Despite his efforts at secrecy, Sonny's condition has gradually become known to a select few confidants. He deliberately shared his situation with Jason Morgan and Laura Collins, trusting them with information that could potentially endanger his position in Port Charles's underworld. However, his daughter Christina Corinthos Davis discovered the truth under dramatic circumstances when she had to administer his medication after he collapsed following a confrontation with Ava Jerome. Mounting pressures. The medical directive to minimize stress in Sonny's life has proven virtually impossible to follow. His daughter Christina's increasingly erratic behavior presents a significant concern, particularly as Ava Jerome begins connecting dots regarding Christina's involvement in cutting Rick Lansing's car brakes, an action that resulted in a serious accident involving both Rick and Elizabeth Baldwin. Ava, ever the opportunist, appears poised to leverage this information for blackmail, demanding both financial compensation and custody of Avery Jerome Corinthos. This imminent threat adds another layer of stress to Sonny's already precarious situation. The penthouse explosion. Compounding these pressures is the recent bombing of Sonny's penthouse, which triggered a devastating fire that nearly claimed the life of his son Michael Corinthos. Currently, Michael is receiving specialized treatment for severe burn injuries at a medical facility in Germany. This violent attack has consumed Sonny's attention as he seeks the perpetrators, further distracting him from addressing his urgent health needs. A dangerous gamble. Sonny appears to be operating under the dangerous delusion that he can schedule his surgery at his convenience. This miscalculation could prove fatal as his condition continues to deteriorate. Medical experts have consistently warned that postponing the procedure only increases the risks and complications associated with his cardiac condition. The reality is becoming increasingly clear. Sonny's options are diminishing with each passing day. What began as a planned, controlled medical intervention may soon become an emergency procedure performed under far from ideal circumstances. the likelihood grows that instead of receiving treatment at his carefully selected out-of-town facility, Sonny will require immediate surgery at General Hospital's new cardiac wing, exposing his vulnerability to enemies at the worst possible moment. The inevitable reckoning. As Sonny continues to prioritize business and family matters over his health, the medical countdown approaches zero. His stubborn refusal to acknowledge the urgency of his condition mirrors the characteristic determination that has defined his character, a trait that has served him well in business but may ultimately lead to his downfall in this medical crisis. The coming weeks will likely force Sonny to confront his mortality in ways he has successfully avoided until now. The question remains whether this realization will come in time for him to take control of his treatment, or if circumstances will dictate the terms of his medical care when his heart finally gives him no choice. Next, we will learn about the intriguing developments surrounding Drew Kane and the upcoming Nurses' Ball, an event that promises to be filled with drama, surprises, and potentially life-altering moments for our beloved Port Charles residents. The Nurses' Ball, a beacon of hope and drama. As the calendar inches closer to May 20th, the anticipation for Port Charles's most glamorous and unpredictable event, the Nurses' Ball, continues to build. This annual gala, a brainchild of the indomitable Lucy Coe, has become more than just a fundraiser. It's a stage where destinies collide, secrets unravel, and lives change forever. Lucy, with her characteristic enthusiasm and eye for detail, has been working tirelessly to ensure this year's ball surpasses all expectations. Her dedication to the cause is matched only by her flair for the dramatic, promising an evening that will be talked about for years to come. In a stroke of genius, Lucy has enlisted the help of Jordan Ashford to secure top-tier talent for the event. Jordan's diplomatic skills were put to the test when she approached Drew Kane and Curtis Ashford simultaneously, creating a situation where Curtis felt compelled to participate once Drew agreed. This clever maneuvering has set the stage for what could be an unforgettable performance, or perhaps something far more consequential. The unpredictable nature of Port Charles's premier event. If history has taught us anything, it's that the Nurses' Ball is a magnet for the unexpected. From wardrobe malfunctions to shocking revelations, the event has seen it all. This year, with Drew Kane in the spotlight, the potential for drama is higher than ever. Imagine, if you will, the grand ballroom of the Metro Court, decked out in its finest. The champagne is flowing, the orchestra is tuning up, and the who's who of Port Charles are mingling, blissfully unaware of the storm that's brewing. As the curtain rises on Drew's performance, will we see a flawless act, or will it be the beginning of his undoing? The writers of General Hospital have a knack for weaving intricate storylines that culminate in these grand events. Could they be setting the stage for Drew's downfall? The possibilities are endless. Perhaps a rival will choose this moment to expose a long-buried secret, or maybe Drew's own actions will catch up with him in the most public and humiliating way possible. Drew Kane, a man on the edge. Drew Kane, once a beacon of integrity in Port Charles, has been walking a dangerous line lately. His recent actions have raised eyebrows and concerns among friends and foes alike. The question on everyone's lips is, how long can he continue down this path before facing the consequences? Drew's confidence borders on arrogance as he navigates the treacherous waters of Port Charles's high society and business world. He seems to believe he's untouchable, a dangerous mindset in a town where fortunes can change in the blink of an eye. His relationship with Willow Corinthos adds another layer of complexity to his situation. As Drew makes grand plans for their future together, one can't help but wonder if he's setting himself up for a fall. In Port Charles, happiness is often fleeting, and those who reach for the stars often find themselves plummeting back to earth. The looming threat of exposure. Drew's past is a minefield of secrets, each one a potential catalyst for his downfall. His former relationship with Nina Reeves, for instance, is a ticking time bomb. In a town where secrets have a way of surfacing at the most inopportune moments, how long can Drew keep this particular skeleton in his closet? Moreover, Drew's business dealings and personal vendettas have made him a target for many in Port Charles. From disgruntled associates to jealous rivals, the list of people who would love to see Drew Kane fall from grace is long and distinguished. The Nurses' Ball, with its high-profile attendees and media coverage, provides the perfect stage for Drew's enemies to strike. A well-timed revelation or a carefully orchestrated scandal could turn Drew's moment in the spotlight into a public spectacle of humiliation. Potential scenarios for Drew's downfall. The writers of General Hospital have a plethora of options when it comes to orchestrating Drew's potential downfall. Here are a few scenarios that could unfold. The backstage incident: as Drew prepares for his performance, he's found unconscious in his dressing room. Is it a health crisis, or has someone taken matters into their own hands? The onstage revelation. Mid-performance, a video plays on the big screen, exposing Drew's darkest secrets to all of Port Charles. The arrest: just as Drew is about to take the stage, the PCPD arrives with a warrant for his arrest, leading to a dramatic confrontation in front of the shocked attendees. The confrontation: a scorned business partner or a jilted lover chooses the Nurses' Ball to confront Drew publicly, leading to a heated exchange that reveals more than Drew intended. The accident: in a twist of fate, a mishap during Drew's performance leads to injuries, both physical and to his reputation. The aftermath: a changed Port Charles landscape. Regardless of how Drew's story unfolds at the Nurses' Ball, the repercussions will be felt throughout Port Charles for months to come. Relationships will be tested, alliances will shift, and the balance of power in this small but dramatic town will undoubtedly change. For Willow Corinthos, Drew's potential downfall could mean a re-evaluation of her future. Will she stand by her man in his darkest hour, or will this be the push she needs to chart a new course for herself? The business world of Port Charles will also feel the tremors of Drew's fall from grace. As one of the town's prominent figures, his actions and their consequences will have far-reaching effects on the local economy and power dynamics. Conclusion: a night to remember. As we count down the days to the Nurses' Ball, one thing is certain: it will be an event that Port Charles won't soon forget. Whether Drew Kane emerges triumphant or faces his greatest challenge yet, the night of May 20th promises to be filled with drama, surprises, and the kind of twists and turns that keep us coming back to General Hospital year after year. Will Drew's hubris be his undoing? Will Lucy's meticulous planning be derailed by unforeseen circumstances? And how will the other residents of Port Charles be affected by the night's events? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: we'll be watching every moment with bated breath, ready for whatever shocking developments the writers have in store for us. Stay tuned to ABC's General Hospital, where every day brings new drama, and every event has the potential to change lives forever. The countdown to the Nurses' Ball has begun, and with it, the promise of revelations, confrontations, and perhaps the fall of Drew Kane.